Hello, everyone. Today I want to talk about something that I feel is really important, something that I had numerous problems with, and that is understanding insurance and legal claims after I lost my son to a drunk driver. Yes, I am a victim too, and I have suffered the trauma, the PTSD, the shock, not in that order, and now depression. But during all this, since I'm the only one left, I had to fight other things, and insurance was one of them. Let me say before I start, you do need to hire a qualified professional attorney that specializes in DUI cases in the state that the crash happened. Because I am not an attorney. I'm only telling you what I have found out to help you find somebody. Now, I'm sure if you're watching this, you or someone you know may have suffered the unimaginable loss of a loved one due to a drunk driver. First, let me say that my heart goes out to you. Losing someone in such a tragic way leaves you with not only emotional pain, but also countless questions about what comes next. I am terrified of the future because nothing is the same. A son is supposed to bury their mother, not a mother bury their son. So many obstacles hit you continuously. And navigating the insurance system is one of them. Now, like I said, the insurance system can be incredibly confusing. It's confusing when it comes to car insurance or health insurance or any of them. But when something happens, it's even more so because really, honestly, they don't want to pay out if they don't have to. Now, today we're going to discuss the critical steps you must take to protect your rights and understand how insurance vehicle ownership in the court system comes into play after a DUI crash. In most DUI-related accidents, the at-fault driver's insurance, which is the drunk, is responsible for compensating you for the damage, including the loss of your loved one's vehicle, medical bills, and potentially even funeral costs. Oh, that would be wonderful, wouldn't it? It's been 6 years, and I still don't have still don't have Dennis Rodriguez Abeta's car insurance, or whatever it is, what kind of insurance it is. However, like I said, insurance companies don't always want to make this process easy. In fact, just like everything else, they want you to forget about it. Don't assume everything has been taken care of behind the scenes unless you have hired an attorney to help you. Do not be your own attorney. Dear God, don't do that. Or have a relative or somebody that is not experienced or is not a civil attorney that is experienced in DUI victims and is in the same state that the crash happened. Because every state is different, as you will see later on in my talk. Every state is different. Now, it is essential to understand what may be holding up your payment. Now, some of the common reasons include disputes over the fault. Well, in my case, there was no dispute on that. And in most DUI cases, there isn't. Well, I can't say that. if you looked at some of my other videos, you can see how they can use blood evidence and then use fingerprints and everything else to try to say that it wasn't your loved one's fault. The need for additional information and documentation. Oh my God. You have everything else you're working with, and then you have to work with this, the finding information. Then you have the legal battles that may involve both parties' attorneys, depositions, so many other things that are involved in that. Another issue that may often confuse is who owns the vehicle after a crash, especially if it was totaled and there's an outstanding loan. In many cases, the car wasn't fully paid off. The lender, often a bank or finance company, may have a claim for part of the insurance payout. Now, here's how it typically works. If your loved one was still paying off the car, the insurance payout could first go to the lender to cover the remaining balance on the loan. If the payout exceeds the loan balance, you or the next of kin should receive the difference. If there is no loan, the check could come directly to you, the legal representation of your loved one's estate. Now, how the court system may affect insurance payments. Yep, they get involved too. Sometimes the court system can play a role in handling insurance payouts. This happens if there is a legal dispute, like a lawsuit against the drunk driver. And in most cases, they don't have a pot do you know what in. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but it's true. They spend all their money on alcohol, or if restitution is ordered as part of a criminal case. In my case, Dennis Rodriguez of Beta Jr. had nothing. How could he? He spent everything on alcohol, I guess. I don't know for sure. I may get in trouble for saying that, but anyway. For example, the court may require the drunk driver to pay restitution for the damages they called, separate from the insurance payout. This is especially important in cases where insurance coverage is limited and doesn't fully cover your losses. Okay, if they don't have good insurance, they probably don't have any money. But then too, you can in some states sue the insurance company, or in some states that have the dram laws, like Texas, you can sue the businesses that serve the alcohol. But that's not in every state. Now, again, this is why hiring an attorney in that state is very crucial. Now, remember, your loved one deserves justice. And part of that is addressing the financial burdens caused by a crash. You know, crash, to me it's murder. But I realize after all this time fighting that a lot of people don't consider it murder. But what is it? When somebody gets into a 3,000-pound car drunk and puts his foot on the gas pedal and goes 136 miles per hour. To me, that's murder. But then too. Now, as you move through this aftermath of a devastating loss, remember that the legal and insurance process may be slow and frustrating, like I've said before, but you have the right to pursue justice for your loved one. Like I said, January 25th, 2025. It will be 6 years, and I still have not received my insurance money. Each state has a minimum of $10,000 to $75,000 or more. Now, $10,000. I believe that's what it is in Nevada. I mean, that can't even bury somebody. This is why you need a civil attorney, as in some states, you can sue the insurance company and family, like I mentioned before, if they have a dram law. Since they usually work on contingency, but you need to get a civil attorney, and since they usually work on contingency basis, They only get paid if they win. Ensure you have a respected civil attorney. Honestly, they do not advertise on TV or call you. Qualified professionals do not need to go out to get business as they have referrals. I said that once before. I'm saying it again. Understanding how insurance works, knowing who has to claim the vehicle, and being aware of the court's role can empower you to stay in control during this difficult time. Now, I do have other YouTube videos I'm going to be putting up on this subject because it's so important. I am Sara Raney, not an attorney, a mother, a victim, who lost her only child, Dr. Kenley Gene Raney, on January 25th, 2019, down in Lubbock, Texas, at a rest area called Shadow Water, where he stopped to relax with his dog before he went on to a hospital. And Dennis Rodriguez Abeta Jr. decided to get into a car, drunk as a skunk. Whoops, maybe I shouldn't say that too. Drunk at 2.0 and sped down the road 136 miles per hour. Never tried to stop. Demolished a parked car. Threw Marshall 500 feet and lived to be free for 10 months before he was arrested. But that's another story. That's another fight. And I have discussed that too in other videos. Again, thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. And I hope what I'm giving you, the information I give you, helps you to fight this horrible battle. Thank you.